Hey everyone, welcome to this month's Global Stampin Video Hop. My name is Sophia and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Edmonton, Canada. And this month our theme is In Color Extravaganza. So as some of you might know, Stampin' Up! Has some in colors that they come out with every year. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the new ones for this year. There are these ones right here. Let's see if I can kind of zoom in there a little bit. Yes, so we've got Copper Clay, Wild Wheat, Boho Blue, Moody Mauve, and Pebbled Path. Now, a lot of people really like those colors, but I, for whatever reason, just wasn't really drawn to them, and so I didn't get them. So I'm going to be using last year's in colors, which are, you know, a little bit more me, I think, than those ones. So we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to be using the Zany Zoo Bundle today. I just had it open and now I lost it. Oh, here it is. Okay, so zoom out a little bit here. This is the stamp set I'm going to be using along with a couple of the dies. It's a really cute set, especially like to make scene kind of cards. I think it's just really cute, and the designer series paper is also really pretty. I'm going to zoom in on that a little bit so you can see it. Yeah, really pretty. So yeah, I'm going to use this stamp set with last year's, or actually they're still current in colors if you wanted to purchase them. So let's go ahead and get started. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have a plain white card base. Now in the past, what I've been doing is I score my card bases before I fold them in half. Now what tends to happen when I do that is there's always a lip, and I just don't like that. So I no longer score my card bases. I fold them in half when I'm ready to use them so I can line it up perfectly no matter what the dimensions are, and then just fold. And then to give it like a strong fold, I'll just use my bone folder to go over it, and you will get the perfect card every time, even if it's not the exact dimensions, right? And I really like that because now I don't have to trim it. I don't have to do any of that stuff. So this is the card we're making, just so you know. But I'm making it in a little bit of different colors today. So we're going to grab this piece of paper here, and this is going to be kind of in the middle here. So what I'm going to do is to give it that edge that I have on the other one. We're just gonna take this and we're gonna tear it to give it that like white little fringe on the end there, and I think that's really pretty. So that's gonna go on just like this. With this piece here, we're just gonna straighten it out, and this is gonna come on to the bottom to give it a little bit of a ground. Wonder if this is too dark. I'm gonna brighten it up a bit here. There. Okay, so that's the first thing we're gonna do. You're gonna take some glue. I'm just gonna use my multi-purpose liquid glue. Now this designer series paper that I'm using, I got it on sale when the old last year's catalog was retiring, and it was only $6, you guys, so I had to have it. But Stampin' Up! Is really cool in that sense that they have colored in color paper. Like they have designer series paper for all of the families, and I really like that because then you have paper for every occasion, really. So this is gonna go on right in the middle. And then if you see on this card, I've got like the green on top. But for this one, I'm gonna change it up a bit and I'm gonna do the red on top like this. Isn't that pretty? So we'll put that on next. And again, just very little bit of glue along the top. Line it up exactly how you want it. So I want like that much or so to show. And then if you have a little bit of an end or a border there, don't worry about it, because you can just cut it right off. Just take your scissors and line it up. There we go. So this is going to be basically the background piece. There's also going to be a piece of Sweet Sorbet. So this is Starry Sky, and this is Sweet Sorbet. And then I'm going to have a plain strip of Sweet Sorbet that's going to go along the bottom, which I will just grab. Okay, so here is my strip of plain Sweet Sorbet, and that's just going to go here to give it a little bit of a border. So again, I am just going to put a little bit of glue at the bottom of here, and then put it down, line it up, make sure you've got as much as you want before actually pushing it down like that, and then just snip off the excess like so. See, and this is gonna go right in the center here. So I'm just gonna leave this for a second for when we assemble the card. So I'll just go ahead and put that over there. And now we're gonna do some stamping. So I've got a scrap piece of paper here, and I'm gonna grab my stamp. And my Memento ink pad, because I'm going to be coloring this with alcohol markers. Well, not the whole thing, but just a little bit. And we're just gonna stamp right there. See, isn't it so cute? I love it. Okay, so all I've done is I didn't color the entire thing. This is light smoky slate, by the way. And I just kind of am giving his hair some of that gray color, just to not have it pure white. Now, this doesn't have to be anything crazy. It's such a small space, like you don't need to shade it or anything, especially because the rest of him is going to remain white. Like, we don't have to make him look too crazy or anything. Yeah, like these spots you're coloring are just really tiny, right? And then what I'm gonna do is grab, so I didn't get the Starry Sky alcohol blends, but I do have Orchid Oasis, and the dark Orchid Oasis looks like Starry Sky, so this will match. And I'm just gonna do it right here for his binoculars, and right on the end there, and then take the light and kind of just go in the middle. Be careful of his fingers. Yeah, just like that. Now, again, I don't have the Sweet Sorbet blends, so I'm using light real red because that, to me, resembles Sweet Sorbet. You don't need all the colors, my friends. Okay, so there's that. And just to make his wings look a little bit darker, I'm just gonna put that same light color on his wing there a little bit. All right, next we're gonna go ahead and die cut this. So I'm gonna die cut this along with the tree dies. So I'm gonna be cutting out 5 trees. So 2 of this or sorry, 3 of the little ones and 2 of the big ones. So I'm just gonna do that off camera and be right back. All right, guys, so we are back with all of our die cut pieces. And now we're just gonna give our trees a little bit of accent. So I'm using my light real red again to mimic that sweet sorbet. And I'm just kind of going over the tree cuts here with sweet sorbet to kind of bring the card all together. Okay. And again, this doesn't have to look like super perfect or anything. Okay. There, just like that. And now we're gonna start gluing some of this down, all right? So I'm gonna take one of the big trees. It actually looks kind of cool too. And it's gonna go right here. So I'm just gonna use liquid glue for that. Liquid glue on the big tree and kind of just set it down. You don't have to use a lot of glue, and I'm keeping it just a little bit off the edge there. So we're gonna glue that tree down, and then I'm gonna take a little tree and put a, put a mini dimensional on there, just one. Okay. And it's gonna kind of go, it's gonna kind of overlap it a bit, like this. And I'm just gonna put him here so I kind of know where I want him to be, but I'm not gonna glue him down yet. And then my big tree again is gonna come down there with some liquid glue. Just like that. Oops. It's straight, right? It's the biggest thing. This one's gonna sneak in kind of behind it. So, like that. Oh. You gotta kind of let it dry there, but that's fine. And then this one is gonna be on a dimensional as well. So just kind of grab that and put it right there. Okay. And now the last thing we have to do is our greeting. So this guy's also gonna go on dimensionals. I don't even know what he is. Like, is he a skunk or I don't know. Maybe he's a squirrel. That sounds right. I don't see why they would put a skunk in the stamp set. Right. I mean, skunk would be cool. You could print out different greetings and stuff, and it would make for a funny card, right? Okay, so let's put him kind of down. Just make sure he's centered. That's the main thing. And then our greeting is gonna go right over here. But first, we gotta stamp it, so we'll do that. Just put that over by the card base. So I'm gonna be stamping in Versamark because I'm gonna emboss it in white. And I've got this lined up on my blog. So I'm basically just gonna try and put it like this. I think that's good. And I'm gonna grab my embossing kit here. Makes it so much easier than trying to find a piece of paper. Everything kind of stays in too, which is nice. So you're just gonna do this to tap off any excess. I should have used my embossing buddy there, but I didn't. Forgot. Just right there, I feel like I could tap some off, and that's looking a lot better. So now I'm just gonna heat emboss this, and I'll probably fast forward through this part so you don't have to hear it. And I'm also gonna use my tweezers that come with the embossing kit so I don't burn my hand. All right, so there it is. Beautiful, right? It would have been better if I did use this guy, you guys. I should have showed you that, sorry. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm just gonna trim it right there. And on this end, I wanna have like a little bannered end. So I'm just gonna go like that. And like that. There's my banner. You could have easily used the banner punch too if you have that. And then we're gonna put everything down. So this I'm putting on dimensionals. Okay, so now we're just gonna go ahead and stick this down in the center of your card. There, just like that. And then our greeting, which is also going on dimensionals. So this is gonna go right on the end of the card here, so make sure it's lined up as well when you stick it down, like that. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is add some of these snowflakes, which I got with the Santa's Train stamp set last year. So I'm gonna put one right there, one right there, one kind of right there, one here, and one maybe down there, like that. Okay, and that's it, you guys. So if you're interested in last year's in colors, they are Starry Sky, Orchid Oasis, what is this one called? Parakeet Party, Sweet Sorbet, and Tahitian Tide, which I haven't really shown you, but I'll show it to you. So those are the other two in colors. All right, well, I'd love to hear which one you like, and if you're interested in the Zany Zoo Bundle, because it's just super cute. And yeah, if you have any questions, just pop them in the comments below. If you want to shop, I will link the product numbers to these items below as well. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful weekend. And make sure to check out the next person in the video hop. So I will link that video below as well. All right, see you guys. Bye.